So, welcome to the ENERGY Startalk. Mabel!
Thank you for having me.
It's the coldest days of the year.
It's so cold.
Oh, you picked for your visit in
I
Germany.
know, literally the worst. My management's gonna get an angry phone call about it.
You should. Couldn't you schedule that interview in summertime?
Berlin is great in the summer, to be fair.
It is. It is. It really is. But it's even worse in the winter. Like
Yeah,
it is like as good
really
it is in the
intense.
summer, so as bad as it is.
And I'm kind of Swedish as well. I'm part Swedish, so I should be used to the cold. But this is like, it's a lot.
Actually, you should be. But you were born. Let's talk about you. You were born in Malaga in Spain.
I was.
Then you moved to London, and
Yes.
at the age of 15, you moved to Stockholm.
I moved to Stockholm when I was like 9.
Nice.
And then I lived there for 10 years. And then I moved from Stockholm to London to like pursue my music career. And I'm still in London.
Why all that moving?
My parents are musicians. I'm wondering if I'm going to put my kids through this as well. So basically, wherever they felt like making music, wherever they felt like was inspiring, is where we lived. Basically, it was their rules. We just followed them around.
What was your favorite place to live? Because I would think, okay, in Malaga, the southern part of Spain, it's pretty nice, right?
It's beautiful. I mean, right now I'm like, oh, I love London. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. But I feel like it's just like very much depending on mood. My parents definitely taught me that it's like you don't have to be tied to one place. You can make a home wherever. So definitely London now. I don't know.
Okay, for the moment, London. You just said your mother, she's a musician. Your father is a record producer, and your half brother is Marlon Rudet. Is that true?
Yes, what a guy.
Well, it's such a family of music people.
It is.
Was it always obvious and clearly for you that you want to become a singer too?
I mean, I definitely always loved music, and I like grew up in studios and like, on tour buses and stuff, and I kind of loved the life. But I don't know. I think my first like 10, 12 years of like my musical relationship were like just to myself. Like it was kind of like writing a diary, writing songs. So I don't think I thought about it that way. But I've definitely always liked the attention. I've liked the performing, and my parents will tell you there's like countless videos of me like miming to Destiny's Child songs and being annoying.
Talent and music was always around. I think that's kind of the atmosphere that creates stuff like that.
Exactly.
Then probably. What did your mother say then? When was this point where you thought like, okay, this is going to work for me too?
I don't know. I still wake up and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I get to do this every day. So I don't know if there was like a point, but when I moved back to London from Stockholm, it definitely changed and sort of became more of a professional thing. I put a song on SoundCloud, and then like a big radio DJ in the UK, Annie Mac, made it her like record of the week, and I literally signed a record deal like a month later. So crazy story.
It is. Yeah. It is. What do you like the most about this, like this new big chapter that seems to be ahead of you? Like all this music stuff. What is the best part of the job? Performing live and connecting with the audience, traveling around? What is the thing you enjoy the most?
It always changes depending on mood. Like for a while I was like really scared of performing, and all I wanted to do was write. And now I'm like, I just want to be on the road and I just want to be performing, because like that energy and like seeing firsthand like what my music does to people and how it makes them feel, and that people even like it, is like the best feeling in the world.
That is crazy. Something you created and everybody can sing along.
Exactly.
I imagine this must be so good. And you are working on an album right now. Is that true?
I am working on my record.
You released an EP last year. And the album is coming out this year?
Yeah, so at the end of this year or beginning of next year.
Okay.
It's it's been a crazy process writing an album. I mean, last year I definitely, wanted to prove to people that I'm an artist that can create bodies of work. So I made an EP and I made a mixtape. But to me, obviously, that's very different to like making a full-length album, because you want to tell a story and it's like, what's the sound? What am I saying? Otherwise it's just a collection of songs. Whereas like for me, an album is very different.
That is the difference between a mixtape and an album. Absolutely. What is the story you want to tell? Do you know that already?
Yeah, no, I do.
Oh, you won't tell me.
And I have a title, and like, no, I'm really excited about it. And
But you already have a title, so it's getting concrete.
A working title.
A working title. My little baby.
Exactly, that's it.
Okay.
It's literally my child.
And you keep posting pictures of like writing sessions and recording sessions with different people in the studio. And your fans they get crazy. I just look through the comments on Instagram, and it's like, oh, when is it gonna come out? How do you handle this? All those people are waiting for stuff.
I don't know. I guess I've realized now, like the more I do it, that the only person that can really pressure me is me, and all those comments and things are just because people like what I do, and that's just a positive thing. So they'll have to wait. It's coming. It's all coming.
What is the first thing you do after waking up in the morning?
Really bad, but I look at my phone.
first thing, like still laying in bed?
Literally, I roll over and before I can even like open my eyes properly, I'm like on my phone. It's so bad. I'm trying to break that habit in 2018.
What do you do? Checking your phone, Instagram?
What do you think? Yeah, Instagram. It's like the first thing I look at in the morning and the last thing I look at before I go to bed. It's so bad. And I tell people like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And then I do it. It's so bad.
It's like, I think 20 years ago, people talked about smoking the way we talk about social media these days.
Literally, it's a really bad habit.
Yeah, it is.
It is. But it's also great because I get to talk to my fans. And
on the one hand, yes. And on the other hand, I do the same. When I'm just laying in bed in the morning and I just take out my phone.
Do you find that you do it without even realizing that you're doing it? Because that's the scary thing.
Half an hour passed.
So scary.
And you literally did nothing except of looking at pictures other people took. And they were not even relevant and you cannot remember them afterwards.
And you just wasted half an hour. That's it. That's life.
Yeah, well, that's it. What a depressing answer.
Yeah, literally. Sorry about that one.
Quick question, quick answer. What is the dish you cook for you on a date to totally convince you that I am your future husband?
I'm literally so simple. I'm like, make me really nice pasta. I just love a carb. Make a pasta, a nice pesto. I'm yours.
Okay.
But if you mess that up,
oh,
it's a wrap.
The secret of a good homemade pesto is do not put too much garlic in it.
Oh, that's the worst.
It is horrible.
No, because it's simple, but it's actually really hard to make a good one. I think that's a good test. Yeah. Because people will be like, oh yeah, you know, whatever.
Well, it's just five ingredients. It's kind of easy. Just put them in.
It literally says everything about a relationship. If you put too much garlic in there, you know it's going to be too intense.
Yeah. You just want it too much. The relationship,
you're going to be clingy. It's just too much. I'm not going to be able to get rid of you. You're just going to linger around me. Nah.
Oh, stuff to write a book about. Sure thing. Would you rather, and that one is hard, would you rather own a talking dog or be able to fly?
Be able to fly. Talking dog would stress me out. I kind of like that my dog doesn't speak.
You own a dog?
Yeah, well, I sort of share one with a friend now. I've always had dogs though, and I just enjoy the silence. Like, if I wanted to talk to somebody, I'd invite a friend around.
Well, you can't talk to the dog, but it doesn't answer.
Yeah, which is nice too.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good point.
A one-way conversation.
He's always listening, but he's not asking any questions.
We never shut up, so it's great.
Okay, yeah, and flying is cool. What's your weirdest habit? Talking to a dog.
No, my weirdest habit is that I'm really afraid of the dark. So
the dark?
So before I go to bed... Okay, this is the thing. If I'm sleeping on my own, I have to sleep with the light on, but I can't sleep with the light on because then it's too bright and nobody can sleep in the when it's light. So I put like sleeping goggles on, like a mask. Yeah. So that it's dark, but I know that it's bright in the room. That's pretty weird. I don't know what the psychology behind that is, but I do it.
You trick your brain.
Yeah.
And trick it again back.
At this point, at 22, I feel like there should be an easier way, but...
Well, no, still monsters hiding underneath your bed.
Yup.
Totally fine. Not a matter of age. When was the last time you cried?
Oh my God. I cried loads this year, which I feel like is good.
This year?
Yeah.
Only 2 months of 2018
I've cried
passed.
so much this year, but I feel like I feel like a happier person too. You cry, just let it out. So I don't know, like when did I cry? Like probably a few days ago at like a movie or something. I don't know. Like recently.
Think about it. You're a very emotional person.
I'm so emotional. I'm really emotional. But I think like I did do a couple of years when I like would pretend that I wasn't emotional, but now I'm just like fully open about it. I'm like, we could cry right now. Like, we could probably find a video on Instagram like of some puppy doing something, and I'd probably cry
because of puppy doing something.
I don't know.
It doesn't have to be a sad thing for you to make you cry. It's just, oh, this is so cute.
Literally, happiness, sadness. Like, I'm actually really here for crying at the moment. Like, I think it's good.
Okay, should we like have a break or is that?
No, I'm fine.
2 more. You can swap bodies with any person you'd like for one day. Who would you pick? And you can do whatever you want to.
I would just love to be Rihanna and do a show. I feel like that would be so much fun in like a big arena, and just like being Rihanna would be great.
Oh yeah.
Let's do that.
Probably feels good to be Rihanna.
I feel like it would be great. I feel like you just wake up and be like, I don't really care. Let's just get this.
Would it be weird for me as a guy to say I want to be Rihanna too?
No, definitely not.
Not at all.
Who doesn't?
I guess so. Yeah. Okay, Rihanna. We can agree on that. And what was your most embarrassing moment in public? The most embarrassing moment you've ever had?
Yeah, this one, I find this one really embarrassing, but everybody else says it's cute. So I did this like TV show called Jules Holland in the UK, which is like a big music show. And it was my first ever TV performance, and I was really nervous. And in the ad break, I decided that I was like, oh my God, I need to put the lyrics on my hand because I'm going to forget them, which like is so silly because it's my song. And wrote them down on my hand. And my manager was like, are people not going to see that? And I was like, no, I never use my hands. I use my hands all the time. And all over the broadcast, I'm doing this and you can see all the lyrics. And the day after, I just had to post a picture on Instagram of it and be like, oh, I was nervous. I'm human. It's okay. But at the time, I remember being like mortified, like so embarrassed.
Did you use it at least?
No, I didn't look at it once. I watched the performance back the other day and I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, but it's always the same. This is Murphy's Law. If you wouldn't have written it down, you probably would have forgotten.
Yeah.
That's
it.
So, embarrassing moment in public, but you remembered your lyrics. That was the good thing about it.
National television. It was great.
Speaking of remembering lyrics, this is a thing that is also important for you when you are live on stage, and you are going on tour this year.
I am.
Can you tell us anything about it? When is the time to see you live in Germany?
So I am going on tour with Harry Styles. Starts on the 11th of March, and I'm away with him for like a month and a half and doing a few dates in Germany. And then I'm coming back on my own tour in April, which is going to be really fun too. I feel like by the end of Harry's tour, I'm going to be like seasoned. I'm going to be a good performer. I'm very excited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you look forward the most performing with Harry Styles? Did you already meet him?
I have met him. I have. He's a really nice guy, and I just think like what he's done is really, it's really cool. It's difficult going from a band like One Direction and like doing your own thing, and he's really smashed it. So, big up Harry. That's going to be very different for me. It's like an arena tour, which I'm really excited about. Like big crowds and like a lot of time on the road. Like I love London, but I'm quite excited to take some time out as well and just like get inspiration from other places because I've just been writing and I've kind of gotten to a point now where it's like I love writing, but I need to live a little, have some things to write about.
Yeah.
Be crazy on tour.
And that's probably a good thing to do with Harry Styles. I guess it's going to be a fun time.
Why not? It's going to be good.
So the tour with Harry Styles is going to start in March, and then you're going to be touring from April, and we're really looking forward to that. Mabel, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.